Tonight, our year-long 5 on Your Side investigation reveals how Northeast Ohio fails women in serious danger.
We found the system to protect abuse victims so broken, it often leaves dangerous offenders free to hurt their victims. These are just some of the women who lost their lives because of domestic violence in the last year. There is a critical tool that can help protect women like them.
But after 5 on Your Side investigators spent months talking to sources and analyzing data, we found significant flaws in enforcement. Investigator Sarah Buttison joins us.
And Sarah, we're talking about temporary protection orders.
That's right. A temporary protection order like this can help abuse victims stay safe. But we found in both Cleveland and Cuyahoga County, the systems to serve them are so broken. The orders are often completely worthless.
He said, He said, I'm finna kill you. And he had the darkest look in his eye.
Sonia Garth was shot 4 times by her ex-husband.
I felt that that was my last breath. And I felt, because he was finna shoot me in the back of the head. My daughter jumped up and she said, Mommy!
12-year-old Davia got in the way. Rufus Gray turned his gun on his stepdaughter. The first bullet hit a window. The second struck her dead.
Sometimes I dropped to my knees and I asked God, I said, why? Why me?
Do you wish you had gotten a protection order?
Because he was going to get me anyway.
You've probably heard a protection order can't stop a motivated killer like Rufus Gray. Here's what you don't know. Experts agree it is a critical tool that can help women escape violent relationships. But our 5 on Your Side investigation found so many serious, systemic flaws. In Northeast Ohio, the orders are often not worth the paper they're printed on.
It's almost like it doesn't exist.
He's on probation to me for domestic violence, right.
From the bench inside her Cleveland courtroom,
And he's not in compliance, so the judge is not happy.
Judge Michelle Early tries to monitor abusers' every move.
So you're telling me the very thing that allowed you to be placed on probation, you were late for?
And I believe that there's always more that can be done.
But we found many of the temporary protection orders issued by Early and other Cleveland judges were never served. More than 100 over the last 14 months.
Yeah, that's bad.
The reason? We found the city of Cleveland doesn't bother to assign anyone to track down the abusers.
How serious is this flaw?
I think it's very serious.
Why? The Supreme Court says protection orders have to be served in person before they can be enforced. So until it's in an abuser's hands, it is just a piece of paper.
What we've said in essence to the person requesting a protection order is we can't help you.
Definitely a threat to kill an intimate partner happens in almost all the cases that we see.
In Cuyahoga County, there is a process for service, but we found significant flaws.
A simple sentence like, I will kill you, that should be taken seriously.
Monica Christofferson helps abuse victims get the orders from Domestic Relations Court. After they're stamped by a clerk, they're sent to the Sheriff's Department, where deputies attempt to serve them.
You're supposed to try to serve them by the end of the day.
Yes, you're supposed to try to serve them by the end of the day.
How often does that happen?
Never.
Should you make this a higher priority?
I think it is a high priority right now.
Captain Rich Peters oversees the 4 deputies assigned to serve protection orders.
We have to work within, our ability, what we need to do. We can't just start kicking in doors and doing things like that.
He blames another loophole. The Sheriff's Department can't forcibly enter a home to serve an order. Abusers can simply hide behind a locked door. But what about those 4 deputies?
Wouldn't it help to have more people?
Well, I guess you say this. If someone doesn't want to be found, if you had 8 people or 4 people, the same problem occurs. Is if that person's in their home, how is that going to change the outcome of the event?
Tell that to James Morgan's ex. She waited weeks for deputies to find him. She got an order after Morgan threatened to beat and kill her. The mother of his triplets told the court she was living in constant fear. And then there's Elliot Bonner. It took even longer to find him. His girlfriend had asked for help after the convicted felon slashed her car tires, slapped her, and told her he will do what he wants. No one will stop him. Deputies finally served him the order, more than 4 months after it was issued.
When an individual doesn't want to be located, they can be very successful with that.
But not everyone can hide. Take Roberto Genera. His wife said he slammed her to the ground and choked her when she was 7 months pregnant. It took more than 2 months to serve him. Surprising, since when the order was issued, he was in prison for beating his wife. Even more troubling, Cuyahoga deputies never find the majority of abusers. We reviewed thousands of requests for service over a nearly 2.5-year period and found deputies failed to serve more than 800 temporary protection orders.
Is that good enough?
Absolutely. We do serve everything we need to.
He says it's victims who need to do more to figure out where their abusers are.
One thing I would suggest is someone who is filing getting a TPO and it gets it approved through a judge is provide the most detailed information you can for us to help us locate the person.
So you're putting it on the victim?
No, not at all.
The system is messed up.
Over the years of their tumultuous relationship, Sonia says Rufus Gray would just ignore orders to stay away from her.
First thing they'll say, oh, I didn't get nothing. I didn't know I had this on me.
Now sentenced to life in prison, she is finally free from his grasp.
Anything with the angels. For every moment that my heart aches for, I have to get something.
She finally lives without fear.
I miss her. I really miss her.
But Davia paid the price.
He just wanted to destroy me any way he did.
In spite of the serious flaws we just told you about, experts say domestic violence victims should still seek temporary protection orders. Here's why. Even if the order isn't served, police can still force an abuser to leave if he shows up at his victim's house. On your side, I'm investigator Sarah Buttison, News Channel 5.